Welcome back to America Outdoors Radio. I'm John Kruse, and for our next segment, we're taking you to Prince of Wales Island in Alaska. That's where we're going to talk to Larry McQuarrie, also known as Captain Mac, the founder and owner of Sportsman's Cove Lodge there. Mac, great to have you on the show.
Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and I think I'm going to be doing even more fantastic, as well our listeners, when they hear more about Sportsman's Cove Lodge. Tell us all a little bit more about exactly where you're located and how folks get there.
Oh, yeah. Good question, John, because that's probably the first thing people ask us. We are located in southeast Alaska, first of all, so that's the Alaska Panhandle, the closest place in Alaska to the lower 48. And our gateway is Ketchikan, which is the first city in Alaska. So we are about 30 miles straight due west of Ketchikan on the inside shore of Prince of Wales Island. And closest place in Alaska to the lower 48, only 90 minutes by jet, and there's 6 non-stops a day out of Seattle to Ketchikan. And then it's about a 20-minute float plane ride, which is the highlight of the trip for a lot of people, that float plane ride, because that's the only way to get there. About a 20-minute float plane ride from Ketchikan over to the lodge.
Well, that sounds easy to me, and it sounds fun, too. And here's the next question I have for you, Mac. You know, if you go to a sportsman show, especially one of the big ones, you're going to see a slew of lodges and charters and outfitters from Alaska, all the way from Bristol Bay down towards Ketchikan. What makes Sportsman's Cove Lodge different than the rest?
Oh, so many things. And I get asked that a lot. And I guess there's what it comes down to when I start answering this question is there isn't any other place like us that we're aware of anyway. First of all, I guess it's the service orientation that our business is built upon. We have a fun little saying, you're only allowed to lift 3 things while you're here. That's your knife and fork, your fishing rod, and your beer. And, and that kind of sums it up. I also sum it up some ways sometimes by saying it's like a dude ranch for fishermen. And a dude ranch maybe has a little negative connotation to it, but it's a full-service place. Everything's done for you. And we have a staff of 32 people.
Wow.
For only 30 guests. And our staff are all very carefully handpicked and trained. We don't just yard them off the street and throw them into the job. They go through background checks, drug tests, all kinds of stuff. In fact, one of the bad jokes amongst the staff is that the processing for hiring takes longer than the season itself, and that's actually true. So they're not just anybody, and there's more of us than there are of guests. So that, I guess, tells you a little bit about our commitment to taking care of our people. And notice that we call them guests and not clients, not customers. They are guests, and that's the way we treat them. So that's kind of one of the big differences, I think. Fish Alaska magazine wrote a front page article about us a couple years back. The title of the article was "It's All in the Details." And it talks about how organized everything is and how smoothly the place runs. And I think that comes from years and years of being in the business, a lot of years. Another thing that's quite different, I think, from other places is that you don't lose a half a day of fishing or a full day of fishing on your turnaround day, on the day you arrive and the day you leave. If you book a 3-day fishing package, it's a full 3 days of fishing.
Wow.
Or a 4-day package, it's the same thing. You do not forfeit a half a day of fishing, coming and going like many other places. We've got that nailed down. We turn the whole lodge around in about an hour at the end of the last day of fishing. And this will be Sportsman's Cove Lodge's 29th year. We're looking forward to next year. It'll be our 30-year anniversary. Something else that's maybe a little different from us is that we have an in-house travel department with its own toll-free line, and folks that man our travel department are experts in Alaska, first of all, and they can follow your itinerary. And if you run into a travel problem, you have a delay somewhere, or a maintenance issue or something, or the airplane's late, they'll be following you, and they'll pick up your itinerary and reroute you or do whatever it takes to get you taken care of and back on your way. I think one of the things, maybe the biggest thing that makes us different and I hope special, is the hands-on aspect of our operation. Patty and I, my wife and I, are immersed. We're buried in every detail of the operation. We are there all day long. I'm the fleet captain. I've run a charter boat forever, every day. And my captains are the first persons to greet you as your float plane pulls up onto the dock, and last ones to see you when you say goodbye. And we are with you almost all of your waking hours. So, we're your hosts at the breakfast table. We're your hosts at the dinner table. We're with you all day long on the boat. And our guests are more friends than guests over the years. I mean, 85% of our people return each year, or each year's composition is comprised of 85% of people who have been there before.
That is an incredible turnaround.
Those are, some of the things that I think make us a little different than most other places.
All right. Well, Mac, I'll tell you what. I had a whole slew of questions to ask you. We got through one of them on this interview, so we're gonna have you
about the lodge all day.
That's all right. We're gonna have you back again next week to do it again. But before we go, let's give folks a website so they can find out more about booking a stay at Sportsman's Cove Lodge in Southeast Alaska on Prince of Wales Island. And folks, if you're looking for great fishing, for salmon, for halibut, for bottomfish, this is the place to go to. Mac, what's the website?
Well, it's really easy. AlaskasBestLodge.com, and we are Alaska's Best Lodge. We're proud of that, and that's our website address. Don't forget the S after Alaska. It's Alaska and the possessive. AlaskasBestLodge.com. There's a toll-free 800-962-7889. We'd love to talk to you. 800-962-7889.
And if you didn't get that number, don't worry. Just remember the website for Sportsman's Cove Lodge. It's alaskasbestlodge.com. That's alaskasbestlodge.com. Check out this full-service lodge. And as you just heard, there's a lot that separates it from the competition. Mac, we'll talk to you again next week.
You bet, John.
I'd like to welcome a new sponsor to our show. It's Sportsman's Cove Lodge, and many anglers who have been there will tell you it really is Alaska's best lodge. Sportsman's Cove Lodge sits on a salmon highway full of kings and silvers. There's halibut too, and there are some really big ones. Finally, with decades of experience taking care of customers, Sportsman's Cove Lodge knows how to treat you right from start to finish. Ready to book your trip of a lifetime? Then call Sportsman's Cove Lodge at 800-962-7889. That's 800-962-7889. 800-962-7889 for Sportsman's Cove Lodge.